Hey everybody. The other day I made a video message of support for somebody here on YouTube. And in receiving this person's gratitude for that video, I thought that perhaps if my words reached them so much that perhaps it might reach another. So I'm going to put some of the core principles that I shared in this video and make this a message to anybody out there who watches and doesn't make videos, or is thinking of making a video, or is just reading and watching and hasn't made the connect yet, or been brave enough to acknowledge what they're going through and not sure how to proceed once they do realize that something's not quite right. So this is going to be some excerpts from that video, and I will just preface that with saying, do reach out. We're here for you. You don't have to go through this alone. So yeah, this message is for anybody suffering with an eating disorder like anorexia. So, much love to you. I hope this helps you. So, the very first thing you should know is that, number one, you're not alone. There's a lot of us on these rafts and floating in the same big tumultuous ocean. But we can lash our rafts together and travel together on this journey and be stronger because of it. The quiet work, the private soul work that goes on just in acknowledging, just in allowing yourself to be with the truth. Right now, you're in a discovery, phase. Like, this is the first part of healing, is discovery. Becoming consciously aware of what is normal versus what is pathology, or at least what is non-pathological versus what is pathology in thoughts, behaviors, the actual experience of an eating disorder. So this is important, and I encourage you to acknowledge and give yourself credit for facing the truth. There is a very significant element of denial for many of us, for probably everybody at some stage in the journey, that we rationalize, we mentally amend, we abbreviate, we find compensatory ways to interpret what we're doing. And yeah, the first step to healing is being open and honest with yourself. The most important thing to understand when you're asking the question, why do I do this? There's a lot of factors, and I can submit you some of my videos that talk more about the origins of eating disorders and why they develop and stuff. But the bottom line is, this is a coping mechanism. This is a way that your brain has found to survive. Initially, these behaviors had a purpose and helped us. Ultimately, they lose their purpose, control us, and are our ultimate demise. So, it is imperative that we acknowledge this truth. And as far as recovery, the definition of recovery is different to everybody. Cure? I don't believe in it. I think it's a myth. Even in the most positive, inspiring recovery stories, there's always that caveat. The voice is there forever. We can never be entirely free. So making peace with that can help. And fighting for your own definition of optimal wellness. Finding that balance that's actually workable. maximizing health, minimizing illness. For me, that's been the cornerstone of my healing. Anna's voice never leaves us, but we can choose not to listen to her. You are not alone, sweetheart. And yes, the road ahead is treacherous, terrifying, difficult. But you are never alone. Write, make videos, process it, share it, keep reaching out. We are here for you. As far as binge mitigation, I do have a method that I implemented. I used to be a chronic overeater and binger, and I used to be obese. So, one thing that was unfortunately, my ED shifted to restriction. But sometimes that happens in the healing process. People evolve or end up developing a different ED, or, find one isn't working well enough. Anyway, I have some methodologies that might help you. I just want to send you love and support right now and remind you that you're not alone. And while we aren't therapists, we can relate, and it's okay to be yourself here. And it's okay to admit these things. As far as being angry with yourself or disappointed in yourself, remember, we cannot reason with pathology. If eating disorders were rational, we'd not be in this position. You have a genuine illness. While you do have some degree of autonomy, you do have a genuine disease. Remember that. It's very important not to beat yourself up. There are aspects of this disorder that overpower our intrinsic thoughts, our organic personalities, who we are, how we think, and how we respond to the world. So we have to adapt to acknowledge and accept this aberrant component and learn to live with, not for it, as much as possible. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to leave you some support. Remind you you're not alone and that we're here for you. Pardon me. We're here for you. Be well, precious one. Much love. Bye.